Hi everyone, and in this videos we are going to know about HTML and what is the HTML and how everything about HTML. So HTML is standard markup language. It is used for the web development, web pages. It's used for the web pages. With HTML, you can create own websites. So for building websites, we use HTML. Mainly, the main work of the HTML to creating website. And HTML is very easy to learn, and this is very easy. Now, first of all, introduction. What is the HTML? So HTML stands for the hypertext language. So if someone asks you what is HTML, so HTML is a hypertext markup language. HTML is the hypertext markup language. HTML is standard markup language for creating web page. It is used for creating web pages. Using web pages. HTML describe the structure of the web pages. So it describe structure of web pages. And HTML consists of series of element. It also consist of series of document. HTML consists of series of element. HTML tells the browser how to display the content. So work is to tell the HTML work is to tell the browser to display the content. HTML elements label piece content. This is heading, like if you this is heading, and with this variable you write heading, and this is paragraph, like paragraph. So links and also a simple HTML document. For example, here we are going to write how to write the code in the HTML document. So first of all, we will write document type, DOC, document, and then type after that HTML. This is HTML. Then close this bracket, HTML, then head. This is the head of the your code and your HTML document. And then we write title, like title of the website, title of your code, title. Then this is the page title. You can write anything here. You can write your name here as a place of page title. Other anything you can write in the place of page title. After that, close this one, title, and then close the. After that, head. So head. So this will display as a HTML. Okay, this will display page title and the head. After that, you can write like a body. And if you want to write heading, so you can write h1. This is the heading one. This is the variable we use in HTML. So this you can write my first HTML heading, HTML heading, and close this one with the h1 bracket. Then you want to write paragraph, p in the bracket, my first paragraph. And after that you can close this one, my paragraph. And lastly in the code you write the body and the HTML. So this is our code for writing. First example, you can need to try by yourself. If you want to see in the programming how it looks, so look here. If you write like this, you will get the output like that. So you can see there, I have written here document HTML, and then head, then title, page title, head, and then I run this code and I get that output, my first heading and my first paragraph. So you can write also here. If you want to see that, if you can write like this. Okay, so this is so easy. You can note down it and you can practice it, because in the simpler way you can write like this. So this one, the document HTML, it's a declare the definition of the document. So this is the definition of the document. Define the document, yes. Okay, and this is the element, is the root element of the HTML page. So this one you starting from here and closing here. So this is the root of the element in the HTML page. And then you have heading, this head. So this element content meta information about HTML page. And after that you have your title, this page title. So title element is specify the title of the HTML page. So like whatever website you have, so the page of that website will be in the HTML page, which is shown in the browser title, like a page tab, new tab. And this one is your body. So in the body segment, element define the document body and it container for the all the visible content. Then this one is a heading one, h1 we have written. You can also write h1, and then this after closing you write like this symbol. So h1, and for the paragraph like this paragraph. And this one is define the large heading. So if you write h, so h1, so this is large heading. If you write h2, this is a little bit large heading. h3, I mean, you can write like h1, h2, h3 in your code. And this was a paragraph element define the paragraph. You can write paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, like that. So what is the HTML element? An HTML element is basically defined as the start tag. Start tag. Some like a tag name. This is tag name. Content goes like tag name in the bracket tag name. So this is what this heading was your tag name. This is the tag name. The HTML element is everything from the start tag to end tag. So HTML element going to be everything from the start tag to the end tag. For example, if you have a heading h1 and this was your heading, and you want to close this heading, so you can write like h1 in this one. And if you have the paragraph p in the heading, and this paragraph heading will consist like a in the paragraph heading, this like it. So start tag, elements, and many things you can have like that. For example, you have a start tag h1, start tag, you have h1, and this is my first heading h1. So in tag you can write like this is my start tag, and here you can write in tag, which is ending in tag. So in tag you will write like this is start tag and this is end tag. And if you want to start my first paragraph, you written there, so this is start paragraph, and you write in the middle of that element because it is specifically said that to be in the title, and that this is your end tag, p tag. And then starting tag you can write bracket for the this one is starting tag br for the bracket, and in the end you write like this br. For example, you want to say write your title in the Italian format. So what you can do, you can make like this I, and then in the start tag this one, and for the for end tag you can write like this in the bracket. Everything will be same. If you want to make the horizontal row in your code, so you can write hr horizontal row, and you can end the tag with the lining horizontal row. So some HTML element have no content, like if we say bracket, we are bracket, and these element we say them empty element. These are empty elements, and they do not have intake. They don't have intake. Now know about HTML editors. What is the HTML editors? So basically a simple text editor is all you need to learn about HTML. A simple text editor, you can write your code into a simple notepad. Otherwise, you can also write your code in the simple notepad. If you have, you can write your code in simple notepad and anywhere. Simple text editor is all you need to learn about HTML. So HTML using notepad or text editor. So where you are going to write your code in the notepad. Otherwise you can write your code in the text edit also. So text edit is also solution for writing your code. You can write your code in the text edit, or you can use the notepad for the writing the code. So many solution there. You can write anywhere, or you can write in the text code, or you can write in the middle code. Okay, I think you can able to see everything whatever I am writing. So web pages can be created and modified by using professional HTML editors. So you can use professional HTML editors also. However, for learning HTML, we recommend a simple text editor like Notepad. You can use Notepad in the PC, Notepad, or you can use the text editor. So Notepad, or you can use text editor. You can use text editor, and the simple text editor is a good way to learn HTML. If you use this simple text editor or you use Notepad, everything is good for learning HTML. So first, what you are going to do, first open your Notepad, and Notepad you need to open first, and then start your screen, the Windows symbol button left screen, type Notepad Windows 7 earlier, start program accessories, then Notepad. Step one is like opening text editor in the, if you have the Mac, then also finding the finder, and then application and text editor. It's also change the some preference to get the application to save file correctly, preference, and then the format, then the plain text. So you can write like first preferences and format, and then plain text. After that you have plain text. So writes like I am going to write some example, so you can copy them and write into your notepad. Okay, so I am going to write this. First of all, I will write document type, and then html, then html, then body, and then heading 1, h1. I'm going to write here I am Arvind. You can write also, you can write my first heading. I am writing here I am Arvind, and then this is a heading first, and then here I can write this is my first code. This is my first code, and here I am. Uh, this is end tag. So I have already told you what is the start tag and what is the end tag. So this is our end tag for the paragraph. You can write like this paragraph, and then you have in the end your body, and lastly you have your html. you can view like you can have the your notepad, and you can write this, you can copy this and write, you can write anything here in the heading, in the paragraph, it's depend on you. Baki other like other process you are going to follow, and you can edit anything from here, you write the same like that. If after this writing, what you are going to, you are going to save the file in your computer. And after saving this, like you select the file and save in your notepad menu. After that, you have your index html and set the encoding utf for the preferred encoding html files. And after, you can name anything in your file, like with your name or anything, you can note this, save this one and file with the name. So you can use either htm or .html as a file extension. For the file extension, you can use htm or the .html for the extension. This, there is no difference between it, up to you, it's depend on you. So you can write anything, like you can save with the .html or the .html. Now step is like how you are going to view the html page in your browser. So open the saved html file in your browser. So whatever what you have saved file, like I mean, we have written this code in your notepad, you save with the .html or the .html with your name or anything. And after that, you are going to browse, I mean, you are going to see the your code in the browser, like chrome or any other browser, whatever you are using. So open the saved file, saved html file. So you have a any saved html file, you have a save html file, html file. If whatever you have saved html file in your browser, like any browser you can use, but the best is to use chrome, because chrome is good, you can use chrome also. Otherwise you can use any types of the browser, it totally depend on you, what you want to use. Okay, so you can use any types of the browser. And double click on the file, right click and choose open with, the result will look like this. So if you have you choose that file and index.html, and the file look like you whatever you have written, my first heading, my first paragraph, that is okay. Now with our like you can test anything. uh, okay, so we are going to write another program like that. Let's see how I'm going to write. You write in your new notepad, new file, make a new file and write this with me. You write first of all document type, doc document, document html, and then you have to write html, and then head, and then your title, then your page title. For example, you can write anything, I am writing page title. You can name anything whatever you want, like you can name your name or anything, it's totally up to you. Title, and then we have head. So we have like head here, head, and then body, then h1. So this is heading I am writing, and you can also write like any other thing if you want to write. This is heading, and in the paragraph you can write like this, paragraph. This is paragraph, graph. Okay, so you can write like that, paragraph. And in the last you have to write body, and then html. Okay, so this is what we have written code. You can copy it, you can write in your notepad. You can write in your notepad. You can write in your notepad and then save with your name.html and or html. It's depend on it. And then you can learn new. We are going to learn what is the HTML basis now. So you know how to use tag and how to use first tag and in tag, start tag and in tag. Now HTML actually document must start with document type. So this one in every HTML document should start with document.html, and HTML document itself begin with HTML. So always remember HTML document begin with this HTML. And end with this one. If you know this is after ending, so all the HTML document begin with HTML in the bracket and end with this end with. The visual part of the HTML document is the body. So in what is the going to be show in your browser, this visible part is the body, and this visible part body is going to show in the browser. So what is the visible part? Heading and paragraph. Heading and paragraph will going to show in the browser. These two things, the document declaration represent our document types that help browser to display the web pages. So this document uh, declaration helping to browser to display our web pages correctly, and it must only appear once at the top of the page. So it's only one time you need to write this document.html. Sorry, and this document HTML only one time you need to write and not many time. And then you have to write the HTML in the bracket, HTML document type. It only appear once and top of the page. And document declaration is not case sensitive. So if you don't write this, no problem in the HTML document.html. Now we talk about the HTML headings. So this was HTML headings, but in the detail we are going to know what is the HTML heading. So HTML headings with the H1. This is the big heading of the HTML. You write like this H1. This is a heading, and you can write H1 to H6. Okay, and always remember one thing: whenever you are starting with H1, always end tag will be like this. So you must include this line whenever ending the tag. So you can write the example like H1, and then this is this is this is book, and then close this one H1, and another you can write as 2, and you write what is this, and then close this. Okay, so you can write like up to 6. It's depend on you how much you want to write. Now HTML paragraphs. So we know we have written here like this paragraph. Now we need to know how to write paragraph. So paragraph you can write like a P. This is paragraph and this is another paragraph. So you can write many paragraph. This depend on you, and you can also going to know how to add the links into the HTML document into HTML codes. How to use the comments and style for paragraph heading and images, tables, and many other things. So we are going to learn everything step by step. Don't worry about that. So HTML paragraph you are going to write like this P, and then paragraph you can write anything in the between that. For example, this is a mall, and close this paragraph. Okay, and now you can write like there also. This is paragraph 2. This is paragraph is huge. You can close this. Now we are going to know how to add HTML links. Okay, HTML links are defined with the tag A. So whenever you are adding the HTML tag, you write with A, and in that like href and equal to, you can write here link, whatever link have like https dot www dot hello world dot like that, and then you can close this link like this is the link, and then close with a. So what the things you want to learn here is that whenever you are writing HTML links, you need to have the right in the tag A, and in the between you can write anything related that like you can add that. For example, you want to write A equal to href equal to, in this you can write any website link or any link you want to add there. So you can write in that it, and then you break it, close this bracket, and write this is example. If you are adding the website of your name, Aman, you can write this, and then close this one with this a tag. So what we started with a tag here, we need to end with this a tag from here. So this is only you want to learn. And now this link is destination for the specific in the href attribute, and the attributes are using to provide additional information about the HTML element. Now HTML images, how you are going to add HTML images. So this is basic, we will learn more about that, but you need to learn how to adding here, which attribution and which type of the tag we are using in the images. So first example, HTML is images are defined with the img tag. So for example, you are using tag A for the adding links into the code in the HTML code and HTML specific website. So in the images you write like img. This is meaning image. So image is rc, and then equal to, in that you can write your for example, I am writing arvind.com, arvind.jpg. So this is my folder in the laptop and computer with the name of the arvind.jpg, and I close this with the links, and then I write alternative mine. So what is the going to be showcase? So in the website is that arvind.com, and then close this one, and then whatever I want to visit, like I want to visit, for that I want to one equal to width, so I want to 104, and the height, what is the going to be height of this one, height, for example I write into 142, and close this one. So this is what you need to learn about that, and nothing else. And this was what you require to know about is how to add the images. Now you can view the HTML source, like you can view into the your browser. And have you, like if you wondered how did you do to view the HTML source, so you can view on the Chrome side. So how the other similar in other browsers also. Now try to learn how to HTML elements works and HTML elements, more about them. HTML element is defined by the start tag and some content and the end tag. So start tag and end tag in the HTML you're going to find. So HTML element is like tag name, content goes and then tag name. So tag name is this is a heading, and here you can write anything with the heading and close this heading. For example, this is paragraph, and then write anything in the paragraph and then close this paragraph. So uh, everything from start tag to the end tag, everything you can write from the start tag to the end tag. For example of some HTML element, like you can write this is you can write here anything, and you can write here anything. So this one is your start tag, and this is your element content, element content, and this is your end tag, start tag, end tag, and this one is your element code. Now we are learning what is the HTML attributes. So you understand now this one, HTML body and heading, paragraph. So mainly like these are your elements. So this is tag, this one is start tag, this is in tag, and this in the middle is element content. And you have to know HTML element can be nested like a content any major elements, and HTML elements consist of the many nested HTML elements such like HTML body and then heading and then paragraphs also. For example, I have the example like we are writing like this one was the document type, and then we was having HTML headings, and then next heading, and then paragraph, and then body, and then heading. So it was in one of the example that we have seen through, and now it's like that the body element define the document of the body, and it has a start tag like the body and in tag, and the paragraph element define the paragraph of the uh, code and HTML. For example, this one is body, and this is should be closed with this. This is start tag of the body. This is the end tag of the body. So it is defining the document of the body. If I have written H1, so this is the defining the heading of the tag, and it has the start with the tag H1 and the end with the H, this one. So it is dependent on this. One last important thing is never miss the in tag. So what is that? In tag is that if you are like starting with the HTML and the body, you write anything in the middle. I mean, you write paragraph, you write the headings, you write anything in the middle, but never miss and skip the end tag. What is the end tag? End tag is like body, and then end tag is like HTML. You don't need to miss it because this is the main important thing. So every time some HTML element will display correctly even if you forget the end tag. So you need to write always in tag, and is the if you writing correctly your in tag always in the code, then it will showcase and present very awesome way to your code and in the browsers also. So however, never rely on this. Unexpected result and error may occur in the forget the in tag. So remember that you need to always remember that whenever you are starting any tag, you need to end with that in tag. So like this is my start tag, and this is the end tag which I am compiling with, and I am the writing with that. This is my paragraph, and this is my start tag, and this one is my end tag which I am going to do. HTML is not case sensitive, so don't worry about that. HTML is not any type of the case sensitive. For example, HTML tags are not a case sensitive. For example, if I have written here paragraph P1, and P, it's mean the same as a P. So you can write there. So it doesn't require lowercase tag because it's a HTML is and body and headings. Now understand what is the HTML attributes. I know that you have guys understand everything from headings, how to use links, and how to use images, how to use favicon tables list, and many other things. So it was like how to use HTML attributes. All HTML elements and all types of HTML elements I have attributes. Attributes provide additional information. So these attributes provide the additional information about the element, and these attributes are always specified in star tag. So this was like your star tag heading. This was a star tag. This was in tag, and yes, so like HTML and body, and then in the right here paragraph here you write title, then the heading paragraph, and lastly you write your end tag and that closing in tag. For example, you write the body and then HTML. So don't miss this, write correctly in that. And this was all about. And one other thing I want to add here, because I want to end it, because this is long period you are learning from how to use the HTML style. So yeah, how to use the HTML style in that is setting the style of an I think I have talked about paragraphs headings already. I have talked about. Now little bit I am repeating what is the paragraph, how to add them. In headings you can in headings, if you're writing heading, you can add like h1. In the headings you can write h1, and for example h1, h2. So it's depend on you, h2, and h3, h3 like that. You can write h4, h4, h5, h5 till the h6. You can write these are different types of the heading you can add. Now understand how to write the paragraph into it. So writing paragraph is always start on the new line. This is usually a block of text. So paragraph is always you write with this paragraph and end with this paragraph. And paragraph always start with a new line, and browser automatically adds some white space in the margin. So automatically browser will add some white space margin before and after the paragraph. For example, this is your first paragraph and you are writing another paragraph here. So this is another paragraph, this is another paragraph, and close this one. So you can write in your notepad and text editor. It's and you can practice for this. Now HTML display, you cannot be sure that how HTML be displays. So large of the small screen and resize window will create different result. So that best HTML you can display adding extra space. So you can also add the extra space in that, and line when page is displayed, as you know, like you want to add some extra space, so you can write that. Now how to HTML horizontal rules. So for example, you write the h1, and this is your heading, this is your heading, and close this one, and this is a paragraph. You write here paragraph, some paragraph you written here, and then close this paragraph, and then you want to make a line here. So you can write here horizontal row, close this, and then write the another, I mean another your line of the heading. For example, this is h2, and this is heading 2, heading 2, and then close this one, and then you write your paragraph, and then close this with the in tag, and after that you write with horizontal row. So you can close this with that. So this one you want to make. This is when you want to make horizontal row here. And the HTML line break, so you want to line break into that. So what you can do here, you can just type a bracket and with a line break. Okay, so for example, you want to you have HTML code or HTML anything like a paragraph you have, and here this is you have written anything, and then you need to write bracket vr, and then a paragraph, and then I again a bracket with the line break. You can write, don't add this, this is outside, so this is the bracket with line break, and then you can write into the space bracket. So you can try like this. And this one like a br tag is empty tag, so you always remember this is empty tag. So if you make this one, this make the in the middle empty. Okay, and it's a meaning that it has no end tag. So br if you're writing, you don't need for the end tag, this don't have end tag. So as we was writing start tag, end tag, so here you don't need to write end tag. If you want to write like a poem, so how you are going to write, poem will display on single line. For example, you have a paragraph, this is your paragraph, you write where this is a cat, and you want to write another, you leave this blank line and then write from here, this is a dog. Okay, so if you write like this and you end with this is your end tag. So paragraph, if you write like this, automatically your browser going to leave this space. And if you want to write HTML pre-element defined like a pre-format text, so you can, if you want to add pre-format text, you can write like pre-format text, and in the bonus like you can write pre-text, pre-format text in that also. Now we are going to talk about how to HTML style, and how HTML style works. So for example, HTML style attribute is used to add HTML, and it's such as color, you want to add the color, you want to add the font, you want to add color, and you want to add the font size, size and other things more. So for example, you want to write HTML style attribute is basically can done by style attribute. So if you can add a style in that, for example, we are going to write a code like that. You follow me. For example, you write like a document type, and that document type is a having with the HTML process, and this one is a likely starting with HTML and then body process. Then we have your paragraph, and it's like I am a boy. Okay, I am a boy, and then close this in with the end type paragraph. Now this was our paragraph, and now we can write like a paragraph p, and then style. Okay, you always remember that if you want to write your style, like you want to write in the small break and color you want to add, then always remember write with the style p style, and then equal to right in the break in the double quoted, and then color, right, color, I want to make it red, so red, and then semicolon, and then close this with the this and then write I am red, and then close this paragraph with this in tag. So you can same you can do again with this like I am having less space, so I'm writing here, so paragraph, and then you write style, and then equal to in the color you want to make it blue. Okay, so you blue, and then semicolon, then in the bracket with this double inverted comma. Always remember whenever you writing, eh, write in with the black, double inverted comma. And this is like I have written I am red, and second one I am blue. Okay, I am blue. And close this paragraph. So if you display, and in the last you write body, because before is starting with HTML body, so this is our end tag. And with this in tag we write the body, and then lastly we will write with the HTML. So HTML and body we are going to add with that both. So this was all about how to add the style in the HTML, how to make the colorful your code, and it's beautiful, and gorgeous, like anyone come to your web browser and your website feels awesome, like this is something style, I mean something looking charming. So you can make with that process only one line you can remember, and that one line I'm going to write here. In that one line is whenever you want to want to change your HTML style attribute, setting the style of an HTML element, it is always done going to do, you are going to do with a style attribute. So always writing the in the tagline, write the style. So for example, in the paragraph, in the body, anywhere you write in the right, so it's like a tag name and then style. So in the paragraph you want to do, in the heading you want to do, it's a depend on it. So in the paragraph you do p and then style, and then you write the equal to and double inverted comma, and then property type. For example, we have written here what the color equal to blue, color equal to red, color and equal color and equal to white. Anything you can do, it's a depend on it, and it's very easy. And this property is CSS property. When we will learn about CSS, you can go to GreatToCode website, and they have all, yeah, everything in the detailed courses. You can learn there in the CSS courses and many other things on the GreatToCode website. I have already given the link in the my description box. You can check out from that GreatToCode, and you can find out more about that, how to full course on CSS and HTML, JavaScript, Python. Everything is available there on the GreatToCode website. So you can learn from there. Every courses are free there, so you can use the free everything. So yes, first of all, paragraph style, and then equal to properties. So for example, I want to make my paragraph and to color of the white. So I write like white, easy, and then semicolon and double inverted comma. This is easy. This is important. Okay, double inverted comma, and then close this one. Okay, so this is what you want to learn in your mind. Okay, so tag name, and then tag name, and after that is you need to have the style, and then you have to your color, and in the double inverted comma, and then break it. This property is basically CSS property, and the value is a CSS value also. So you will you have to learn more about CSS. So go to the grade to code. And now you in thinking about how to change the background color. So in the CSS background color also, property define the background color in the HTML process. For example, if you want to change it like in the body style, you will just need to write background color, and then you need to write on that. For example, I have the body, and then style equal to background color and power blue, and any other color you can add easily. For example, I have this one like body, and then style equal to, this is our background color, background, and then color, and then Then you can write on the power blue. For example, I'm writing power blue and then close this one. For example, I'm writing the heading H1 and this is our heading. This is our heading. Sorry. And this is, you can write like this H1. And for example, you have paragraph. So important thing is here we want to change the background color. So here in the background color you need to write like this background color. Okay, and then you write this and add this, easy. So you can try it by yourself. And then, so what important is like you need to write on the body, and then is your style equal to, and then in the semi double inverted comma you can write like background dash and then color. And this is your, like I'm reading that semicolon double inverted comma and then bracket, this bracket. So like that you can write, and then you can write like your heading h1, whatever you have your heading, and then your paragraph if you have, and then you can write on your lastly body. This is your intent. So this was all about how to write the background of the color, and background color for two different elements. For example, you want to write two different color into one website, you can also write. For example, if background color you want to tomato, you can write, for example, you have to your body, and the I have already talked about document heading title, and now we are talking about body. So in the body process we have to change our color, so always remember this. For example, be writing here on body, and then this one is our heading, which one, style, and then equal to background, background color, and then I have this one is a red. Okay, so red in the semicolon and then double inverted comma. Remember, always remember this two, double inverted comma is important. If you don't write this, you are going to missing many things. And here you can write this is heading, heading, this is a heading, and then close this one, close this one with this. Okay, here I am writing. Now you want to write another one like this, so you write paragraph and then style, then again with the double break in bracket inverted comma, and then background. You need to write like color, you want to make it blue, so write blue double inverted comma, and this is another, you can write anything here, and then close this one, paragraph. And lastly in tag, and that in tag is your body. This was all. Now HTML formatting we need to learn, and text color also. So the one other thing that you can add your text color. Now in the CSS color property, like this one is defining the text color in the HTML. For example, okay, so let's see here. We will do everything. So here you look H1 and H1, and then this is style color. Sorry, this is C and this is double inverted comma color, and then blue. And this is semicolon we are writing here, and into the double inverted comma you have this. You can write here anything, like this is heading, this is paragraph heading, so this is heading, and close this one. Okay, so h1 style. In the double inverted comma we have color equal to color is blue, and the heading for that h1 heading we have the color for the blue color for this one. And then we have our paragraph. In that paragraph we have a style equal to color. Now we have a color, we want to write in the red. Always remember these two also, so important one, semicolon. Then these symbols are notations are very important, so remember, because this is going to make the bug. So when you write the code and make the websites, so always remember this. So this is your paragraph. So paragraph, you can write anything on the paragraph, anything on the heading. It's depend on it, what you want to make your heading and what you want to make your paragraph. So it's on as it to you. So paragraph, and close this one. So you can try it in your notepad, in your text editor, these two sentences, and make the solve the problem. Now fonts, how to write the font, the css fonts family, like you want to make the Vardana, Couriers, and Latina, anything you can write like fonts. It depend on your font family. So we have like our heading, yes one, and then we have our style, then font family. Now we want to make it Vardana, and then close it. This is your heading, and then close this. Now you can also write the paragraph like P in the style equal to font family. You can, so this is the one thing you need to understand, and by this basis you can write anything. So remember this, practice this again. And you can also write your text size. If you want to write increase your text size, decrease your text size, it's depend on you. So you can do this by the process. I will write a one line code, you can follow like this. For example, I have a heading, then write style equal to font, then size, and then like I want to make 300%, then this double inverted comma and then bracket, and then this is like anything equal to okay. And then you have paragraph also, of course, style equal to in the font, then size 1 to 150%, double inverted comma, this is your size. Now this is, I mean, anything you can write in the paragraph. So this was all about how to make the font size decrease, increase. Now text alignment, you can simply write here in this place style equal to text align center, anywhere. So in the text align, this was all about our videos, how to learn anything about I know that we have to make more on that, like HTML quotation comment. I think I have covered everything, what was the basic everything in this video. If you don't understand anything, just watch again and understand it.